Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynn, and we do a lot of different fiber arts and crafts here. Usually I stick to knit and crochet. Those are my two favorites. I am a creature of habit. I do enjoy other crafts. I just, I gravitate toward knitting and crochet the most. Now, today I have a tutorial for you. This is my third tutorial. I have a crocheted granny stitch bandana that I did, I think 2 weeks ago, maybe, perhaps. But if you want to just do daybreak granny stitch bandana or some variations of those, and it'll bring it up. I do need to sort through and start making playlists. I might just go ahead and just do a tutorial playlist so you can just click on that and go through and see which ones you wanted to pick, because I hope tutorials are a thing that I actually enjoy them. I was so scared that I wouldn't, because I have issues with my hands and I didn't want to deal with the negativity that comes from people who enjoy making other people miserable. So I'm really enjoying what I'm doing, and I hope I'm bringing something to y'all that you want to watch or that you want to make some of these things. Now, last week I did a tutorial on a crocheted water bottle koozie. This just slips over, and I can show you in this example. It just slips over a bottle of water. Now, I freeze my water, and I reuse my water bottles. I just do. I'm not going to sit there and put that much waste into the world. Apparently, I'm trying to have a hard time talking today. But anyway, so last week was this one. It is a simple single crocheted in a long rectangle, and then you stitch it together, and I still have not woven in my ends because I haven't used it yet. I've used this one for, I want to say, about 3 years. But today, now this one works great. You can use this for cans, okay? This is what I was showing in my last tutorial with this one. You can use this with cans, right? You slide a can in there, and it works great, right? Well, you still have condensation on the bottom. Now, as a maker, that wouldn't affect your hands because, you wouldn't have. And these are not only for makers. It's for anybody who's wanting to have a soda or have water or have a beer, it doesn't matter, and not have the condensation on their hands. So it could be, these are great little gifts. And you can do them in stripes and colors, and you could just go wild with this stuff. But anyway, if you have glass tables or wooden tables and you don't want rings, that's where the tutorial for today comes in, because I made one with a bottom. So you have your built-in coaster, right? This is a simple single crocheted hand koozie with a bottom. So you slide it on there. And I recommend you doing this before you open your can. Otherwise, you're sitting here trying not to spill it and sliding a cozy up. Yeah, it's not very conducive to happening correctly. And I still have my stitch marker that I show y'all in the tutorial that I added. I usually do not do stitch markers, but I added it in this tutorial so that if you're having a hard time trying to figure out, because this is done in the round, and that kind of helps you keep track of it. But isn't that such a cool thing? You just have your natural built-in coaster. You don't have to worry about condensation rings, water rings. You know, you're good to go. Now I'm going to take this back out for a minute. I really enjoyed doing this tutorial. And I love the result of it. Now, my original one I did in purple. Imagine that, right? I did this one in yellow only for the tutorial, so it would have a light colored, you know, again, so that it would show up really well. You would think I've not had any caffeine, but I have. My tongue, I think I hear thunder. Huh. I'm not going to argue. We had half of our summer was drought-like conditions to where my grass was just so dried and brittle and sad. And so I'm not going to argue. I don't mind if it rains. But I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to let you enjoy the tutorial, which I hope you do, because I enjoyed making it for you. And I hope you enjoy the koozie that you get out of it. Now, like I said, you can make this in multiple colors. You can make the open-ended one in multiple colors. This one, if you make it in multiple colors, just understand you are going in the round. So you would have to try to do like a jogless color change, which is in and of itself, you can definitely look all through YouTube because there's a ton of tutorials on that. That's not my specialty, so I'm definitely not going to make one on that. But, you know, they're out there. You could do, so just Google jogless color change, and they have crochet versions, they have knit versions, you know, there's a ton of them out there. So if you like my tutorial, give me a thumbs up, maybe subscribe. I would love to have you as a regular subscriber if, you know, you like my content. I appreciate that. And there was something else I wanted to say, and I was supposed to say it before I said goodbye to you, but I don't remember. Anyway, maybe it'll come to me, maybe it won't. If it comes to me, you'll see me at the end. I'll just edit this at the end of the tutorial. And if not, I hope you have a wonderful day and just stay tuned for the tutorial. Hello, hello, hello. How are y'all doing today? I am doing a lovely little can koozie. Now, I did a tutorial on my water bottle koozie, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so today we are doing a single crochet can koozie. I am using Lily Sugar and Cream, and yes, I have it marked 27 grams because this is some scraps. I had made my Granny Stitch bandana tutorial with this yarn, so this is what I have left. It's Lily Sugar and Cream 4-weight yarn in yellow. I have a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook, handy little scissors, and a needle, tapestry needle, embroidery needle, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so I'm going to start off with a little bit of a controversial start off. Now, I use a magic circle. My magic circle is a double loop because I hear a lot of people don't like to use it because it comes loose. Well, with the double loop, you don't have that problem. So this is how I do it. I grab my tail in my right hand, take my index finger and my middle finger, and I wrap it around 3 times. And then I grab the end with my pinky and my thumb. Go up under the first 2, grab the third, and bring it like that. And then you bring your fingers out. So you have 2 circles, right? 2 loops. Okay. And then I do a chain 1. All right. And then you do, what I need you to do for this particular thing is that will count. That will not count. So what I need you to do is 12 single crochets in this loop. Now, y'all know that I don't do knife hold very well, but I'm going to try because I am on camera. It is getting a little better. It's getting a little more comfortable, but not totally. All right, so how many did I do already? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay. So I kind of make that loop a little big so that I don't lose it. All right. And the fun part about this one is trying to grab the right string. Okay. So I try not to grab this top string. I try to grab the string that's going through those loops right there. So I will grab it. Am I in camera? I hope I'm in camera. Oops. Nope, I grabbed the wrong string. See, you can learn from my mistakes. All right, so grab the one that's closest to the tail, I suppose. Normally when I'm doing it off camera, I pick the right string every time. But basically you're just wanting to pull that to tighten it. Okay, just keep pulling it. All right. And then you take your tail and you pull your tail. And it pulls everything nice and snug, right? Look at there. And by having those double loops in there, it ensures that this will not work out. Now, I end up crocheting over this tail anyway to further secure it, but that is the double loop magic circle. All right, put my put my hook back in there. Okay. Snug it back. And then we're going to go in to the top of that first single crochet. And then, I know this is a little odd. Well, I'll do it this way for most people. There you go. I did a slip stitch. All right. But now I have to crochet. Oh, my words are not working. Chain 1. And then go back into that same stitch, which is snug, and do a single crochet. That's your first. Okay. Now, in this first time around, you're going to do 2 single crochets in each one. All right. And that's going to get a little tight. And for those of you who do not like single crochets, I have a double crochet coming. I have a tutorial for that one. All right. So if you're not a single crocheter, and I do know that there are people out there that cannot stand it, so it's okay. I got you covered. I got a double crochet tutorial as well. All right, so 2 single crochets, then you do 1, go back into that same one, and do 2. 1, 2. All right, I'm going to go off camera until I get the other to the beginning right here. I'll be right back. So if you want to, pause it. Okay, so here I am. I still have one more double. Sorry, my camera's moving again. I still have one more set of 2 single crochets. I just wanted to show you which one I go into. All right, so here we go. Is that very last single crochet from that magic circle. That's 1, and that's 2. All right, so what we'll count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, and so what we'll do, we'll go into that very first single crochet and do a slip stitch. All right, so that gave us 24 single crochets for the base of our koozie. All right, now chain 1, I come up, and usually I don't chain 1 like if I'm doing a flat project, but everything is so super tight in this little circle that you kind of have to get some kind of distance away from that top. So I chain 1 to get that distance. All right, so I go back into that same where I slip stitched. I don't know if I'm going to try to bring this up to the camera to where I can show you. All right, so that is where I went in with the slip stitch. So I'm going back in, and it is tight. That's what I was telling y'all. All right, I do my single crochet. All right, on this round, you're going to do a single crochet like I did there, and then you do 2 single crochets. Sorry, I don't know if I was in camera on that one. So like I did right there, I did a single crochet. I'm going to put this down so you can see it. I will do a single crochet, and then in the next one, right here, I will do 2 single crochets. Then I'll do 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, and I'll do that all the way around. All right. So that was our single crochet. Now I'm going to do 2 singles in that next one. 1, 2, and then I'll do 1 in the next one, just a single crochet. And then I'll do 2 single crochets in the next one. And you follow that pattern all the way around, and I will meet you back right before I finish my last ones, okay? So if you want, go ahead and pause it right here, and I'll meet you back. Okay, so here I am. I have a single crochet and 2 single crochets left. So I go into that 1 stitch, do a single crochet, go into the next one, and I do 2 single crochets. Okay. Now, we're going to count these around. Okay, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36. We're going to go slip stitching right into the top of that 36. Okay. Now, I made this pattern in 2 ways. The first way, I did another increase row, which was great. You know, it worked fine up until I went to go up the sides of my Coozie. Then it didn't work. So I had to go back to the drawing board, and I came up with this. So what we're going to do, we're going to we're going to chain 1. We're going to single crochet right back into that one to where we just did the slip stitch. And then you're going to single crochet all the way around. So you'll end up, you had 36 single crochets on this round, and you're going to have 36 on the next, because we're not doing any increases on this one, okay? So I will meet you back when I get all the way around to this one right here, to where I only have one more left to do. So go ahead and pause it, okay? Okay. So I have done a single crochet in every single crochet around, and I'm going to do it in the very last one here. And then we're going to count before we slip stitch. I know it gets tedious, but well, you can, whoa, sorry about that. Oh, gosh. You can fudge a lot in crochet, but if you don't have to, it's better not to, right? Let's see if I can get my camera to stop bouncing. Sorry. Did not mean to hit it. I talk with my hands and they just fly around sometimes. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So we're going to go into the top of that 36 with our slip stitch. See, I got it right this time. I didn't mess up my words. Amazing, isn't it? All right. So we slip stitch into that. Okay. Now this round is where we get a little bit different. So we're going to be working in the back loop. And by doing that, we kind of create a bottom edge to this Coozie. So I'm going to single crochet. I told you my words were going to mix back up. I'm going to chain 1. All right. And that one, I just slip stitch in. I'm going to go in the back loop of it. All right. And do my single crochet. Okay. Now, what I found out when I was making this pattern, and that's the fun part about being able to just to show you in a tutorial. I've already figured out all the mistakes, right? I've already done that for you. So 36 stitches is too many around a can. And I use a Mountain Dew and Dr. Pepper can. I don't have beer cans, but I'm assuming that they should be the same size, correct? They're 12-ounce cans, so I would think that they were the same size. And they are 2 3/4 roughly wide. So we're going to put it to the edge of that, the edge of that, and the edge of that. Look at there. Oops. 32 3/4. So that's the bottom of your can. Now, you want to do it in the back loop here so that you can get a well-defined bottom. And I have to do some decreases in this because 36 stitches around is too big for the can. And you don't want your koozie falling off your can and getting your hand wet, correct? With the condensation. So we're going to do decreases. We're going to do 6 single crochets through the back loops, and then we're going to skip one. Okay? And we're going to do that because we need to end up with 32 stitches around. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm doing this with the knife hold, so you have to forgive me. It's very awkward. 5, 6. All right. So I'm going to skip that back loop, and I'm going to go straight into the next one. And you won't see this, I promise. I mean, it's single crochets and it's all tight, right? So 1, 2, 3. Oops, I split my yarn on that one. Hold on. 3. Daggone, I split it again. 4. So I don't split it with my pencil grip. 5, 6, and we're going to skip the next. Oops. We're going to skip that next back loop, okay? So skip this one and go into this one. I have to do my pencil grip for a minute. All right. So skipped it. So 1, take my glasses off. Maybe that'll help me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So we're roughly halfway around. And we've done 1, 2, I think this will be the third one. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I need to go from 36, or we need to go from 36 to 32. So we've already got 2 on this side. Now, what I can do is not skip this one. Go ahead and do this back loop. And then do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip this one. So that's 3 skipped. So we're down to 33. And then, let me recount that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip this one. And then we have 2 more. So that should take us to 32. Let's give that a shot. All right, so we're not going to skip this one. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start counting again like we did skip, but we're not going to skip it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're going to skip this back loop and we're going to go into the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoot, split it again. Hold on. 4, 5. Make sure that I've counted that right. I think I got off track when I split my stitch there. All right, so I skipped that one. Yeah, okay. So I skipped this next one. No, wait. See, it's so hard to tell which one you skipped that looks like I skipped right there. So you can barely even tell that you skip a stitch. All right. Let's just count. That's the best way to do it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay. So where did I mess up? I don't think I skipped that stitch. Let me pull that back out. Yeah, I did. I skipped it right there. Okay. So let's go. All right, we're going to skip the one. I'm going to do a single crochet. We're going to skip this one, and I'm going to do another single crochet after I've skipped that back loop. And my notes must be off. I know I was tired when I was doing this, but geezy Pete, I didn't know I was that tired. All right, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so I should be okay now. Let's go back and there we go. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. All right, and we're going to slip stitch in the top of that 32. Okay. So you do end up having to skip another. And you might have to kind of change a little bit where you go and skip that back loop. As long as you end up with 32 stitches, you are golden. Because I made one to where I did a different way and it looked horrible. So the best way is just to skip a stitch in this back loop round, through the back loop round. All right, so what you're going to notice is from here on up, you're going to be, now you're going back into both loops now, front and back loop. But by doing this round of through the back loop, that's going to create an edge. You can kind of see if I fold it down like this, you can kind of see the edge forming. It'll be a lot more noticeable when you get a 2 or 3 rows of past this through the back loop row. Okay. So I'm going to, I'm going to try to get this going on the camera. And I know this tutorial is a little, it's a little bumbly, but that's okay. So for this row, I'm going to chain 1. Now from here on out, I will be crocheting in the round. So this is the very last chain 1 that I'm going to do. You can do it how you want if you feel better. I don't like to see the jog. All right, so I went back in the same stitch that I did the slip stitch, and I'm going to single crochet all the way around. And like I said, we're doing through both loops on this one, okay? I'll check in a minute and show you just how more defined this is. Actually, I'm going to pause it here so you can pause it. And then when I come back around, if you've never done spiral or in the round to where you just keep spiraling, I will meet you back here before where I did that slip stitch at the beginning of the round. I'll meet you back here. So you won't pause it right now. Okay. So you can kind of see already that it is trying to form basically the bottom of the can. But I came back in so that I could show you how to continue in the round. All right. So I'm two away from my slip stitch. There was one and there was another. All right. Now you can barely see this little partial right there. That is where I did the slip stitch. Don't count that. Don't go into that one. Just go into that first single crochet. And then you just keep going around. Okay. Oops, I'm doing it with my pencil grip, so I probably went off camera. So let me pull those back out. Okay. Go back to my knife grip. Sorry, it's not instinctual to go with the knife grip. So again, skip that little bitty slip stitch and then go into that first single crochet. Okay. And then just keep going around. And you will be golden. All right. So we have to do 16 rows of this. So if you want, I don't have a stitch marker. Actually, I do. Because I carry my little notions pouch. And it's so funny. I love Altoids. So I buy them so I can have these tins. And I will usually have a little pair of scissors, my little weaving needle, and I have light bulb stitch markers, and then I have the bobby pin, or not bobby pin, like the diaper pin, you know. So if you want, mark, and the easiest way for me, you'll have to decide which way to mark it, the easiest way for you to mark it. I don't mark mine because I see where I joined right here in my through the back loop round. And so I just count from there. I do 1, 2, and then go up. But if you feel better about it, go in right there at that loop where you did that slip stitch for the through the back loop round, and then just count above that. Or you can count from your through the back loop edge because it will be defined. And then you can go 1, 2, and so on. This part is total personal preference. So I'm going to leave that up to y'all, however you want to do it. I will meet you back here after you've done 16 rounds. And you can pretty much judge, up the side of your koozie from that. And if you can't see it well, put a stitch marker in it. There's no shame in that. In fact, I will leave it in there for the tutorial purposes so that you can visually see when I come back how easy it is to count from that. Well, I guess I'll put that on the table. Okay, so go ahead and pause it, and I will meet you after we've done 16. And I always count from the right side because we're working in the spiral, so I always count from this right side. So pause it, and I'll meet you back. Okay, so I have got my camera to bouncing, apparently. All right, so I'm going to try to show you. I have my camera so far down that it's hard. All right. Make sure I'm trying to see if I'm in my thing here. So I just basically stopped in line with that. Now, let me take this out. I've counted, but I can count with you, just, you know. So, one, oops, let me see. Here we go. Here's my through the back loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So I'm basically lined up with my stitch marker, you know, just basically lining up. All right, now I always go a few past that round. So let's do 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, the way I finish it is I do anywhere from 3 to 6 slip stitches, just because I don't want that harsh break in the top line of the Coozie, or in the top line of any work, to see how it looks kind of smooth to where you don't have that oop. Well, okay, I'm going to stay down here. You don't have that hard line right there when you transition. And it looks better. So I did 3 slip stitches. I'm going to do probably 6. That's 4. I hope the slip stitches look right. 5, because I'm doing this knife hold. Okay. So how I do it this way. I camouflage the way my end looks. Let's see. I don't need a super long piece. Ooh. All right, these are new scissors too, and I like them. That was nice. Oh, my last tutorial, I used some new scissors, and they were like sticky and stiff. All right, so we'll pull that out. Now, this is what I want to show you. And I learned this from Moogly with her rainbow baby blanket. I'm going to pull this off screen for 1 second so that I can see it to thread that needle. Okay, go back on. All right, so that was my last slip stitch. So I go underneath the 2 bars of the next stitch. I come out this side. All right, and I'm going to come back around, and I'm going to go in that last slip stitch that I did. If I can do this where you can actually see it. And look, basically I've just created what looks like another slip stitch. Okay, and it's clean. So there is the Coozie. Now the good thing about this is with it having the bottom, like on my last one, it was open-ended, right? So that you could slip it over a water bottle. This, you don't have to use a coaster because you have a built-in coaster on the bottom of your can, right? All right. So basically, I'm not going to do this on camera, but I'm showing you in here. Well, actually, I could do it a little bit. I just try, and these are some super tight stitches. All right. So I went into, and then where I came out of that last one, I'm going to go back in that one. I'm going to go into, usually I do back and forth 3 ways so that I anchor it good. But by going back in that one that you come out of, by going back in the opposite way, you anchor that thread. So you don't have anything to worry about getting that puppy anchored. Because short of turning this thing inside out, you're not going to be able to get it in 3 different directions. But basically, I just went in, I did that twice, and then we can snip that little yarn. Hold on. Snip that puppy. And then you're good. You're good to go. I bent this poor little thing. But see how nice that back, through the back loop, created that bottom to where you have a nice edge to it. I love through the back loop for that reason, because you get that flat, defined bottom. Anyway, there it is. I hope y'all have enjoyed this. And for, like I said, if you've made it this far, for those that do not like the single crochet, I do have a double crochet version coming so that you don't have to kill your hands with single crochet. I crochet so tight, my hands get a little sore after I'm done. So I hope y'all have a wonderful afternoon, and I hope you enjoy your can cozy. It keeps your hands nice and dry. Y'all have a great one. Bye.